Has the US and Israel now created a long-term blunder alongside their short-term win in this war? Because after killing Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, they have now taken out his very close official, Ali Larijani, Iran's security chief. Reports describe him as a trusted loyalist, someone with such political weight that he was called one of the Islamic Republic's most powerful figures. In fact, Iran had practically made him the de facto leader. But after his death, Iran has taken a massive step. They have launched revenge missiles, which means this war is now going to escalate even more. Because they didn't just kill Ali Larijani, but also Gholamreza Soleimani, the head of the Basij paramilitary force, in the same strike. So in this video, let's understand who was Ali Larijani, what was his role after Khamenei's death, why was killing him such a huge blunder, and how much will this decision prolong the war. Plus, what was Iran's revenge missile attack? Hello, I'm Khatija and you're watching Deep Dive on Lokmat Times. Now as we move ahead, I just want to say, you watch our stories, you share them, you make comments, and we truly appreciate it. But 90% of you still haven't subscribed to our channel, and that needs to change. So go ahead, subscribe, press the bell icon, and now let's move ahead with this story. Now, making Ali Larijani's killing by a US-Israel strike is a short-term win but a long-term blunder for them strategically. But why? I will explain. First, who was Ali Larijani and what was his role after Khamenei's death? Larijani served as the secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, which is the most powerful body shaping the country's security policy. Very similar to the US National Security Council. He had already held multiple powerful roles. He was an IRGC commander, a parliamentary speaker, a nuclear negotiator, and a senior politician. So basically, he was connected to every major powerful center in the system. He was also a trusted loyalist of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and because of his political weight, he was seen as one of the most powerful figures in the Islamic Republic. On February 28, 2026, Israel assassinated Supreme Leader Khamenei. After that, Larijani effectively became the de facto leader, managing the entire wartime crisis. Reports even suggest that Khamenei had planned for situations like this and had positioned Larijani in a central role to handle both war and state affairs if something happened. Now, he hasn't the official successor because he didn't have the senior cleric status required, but he was the key civilian figure for diplomacy, security, and governance. And honestly, for any Western deal, he was the most realistic person to talk to. Now let me give you the details of the strike. The Israeli strike hit a residential area near Tehran Pardes on the eastern outskirts while Larijani was visiting his daughter's house. Iranian state media and Fars News reported that US and Israeli jets targeted the building where he was staying. He was killed along with his son, a deputy or aide, and multiple bodyguards. Iran has declared all of them as martyrs. Now, let me come to the very important point why killing of him was a bad move. First, he was a negotiable figure. Larijani had a very pragmatic personality. Yes, he was a loyalist, but he also had experience in diplomacy, nuclear talks, and dealing with the West. After Khamenei's death, Iran needed someone who could balance the military, the clerical system, and politicians, and he was doing exactly that. For any further deal, whether it's a ceasefire, nuclear talks, or de-escalations, he was the most realistic insider who could make it happen. Not just ideological generals, but an actual deal maker. Second, it pushed the system towards hardliners. Iran's foreign minister has already said that the system is strong and doesn't depend on the man. That means the system won't collapse, but the mindset can change. And by removing someone like Larijani, you're actually strengthening the IRGC, the Basij and hardline clerics, which means less space for compromise and more push towards war. And third is at the short-term gain versus long-term loss. Yes, this was a tactical win. They eliminated a key war manager who was handling protests, militias, and coordinations, but the strategic risks are much bigger. They have lost a potential partner for ceasefire or de-escalations. They have increased the pressure inside Iran for revenge and escalation. And this could make the war more longer, more unpredictable, and far more dangerous. Because he was the only deal maker after Khamenei. Without a central coordinator, power can start fragmenting, military groups and proxies may act independently, hardliners may dominate completely, back-channel talks become weaker, and all of this leads to one thing: continuous escalations. Now, will this prolong the war? Well, it already has. Larijani's killing is the highest profile assassination after Khamenei. It's the second biggest shock for Iran, and Iran's narrative is now very clear that the US and Israel are trying to systematically eliminate their top leadership, which means any soft response becomes politically impossible. Hardliners are now arguing, even if we compromise, they will keep killing us. So why compromise at all? This weakens any moderate voices inside Iran, pushes any chance of ceasefire further away, and takes the conflict from controlled strikes to a full tit-for-tat regional confrontation. Now let me give you the details of Iran's revenge missile attack. The IRGC immediately announced missile launches on central Israel as revenge for the killing of Ali Larijani and his companions. These were multi-warhead, cluster-type missiles designed to evade defense systems. They targeted central Israel areas like Tel Aviv and Ramat Gan, and reports say at least 2 people were killed. The IRGC claims that over 100 military and security sites were hit. There are also some reports suggesting US assets or regional bases were targeted. Iran has openly called this a revenge attack. Their message is very clear: if you kill our top leaders, we will hit mainland Israel directly. So while this may be a short-term success, its long-term consequences could reshape this entire conflict. Now tell us in the comments, what do you think about this, and thanks for watching Lokmat Times.